Have you ever tried updating your phone software and the thing just dies? Now imagine that's your government, running a 1787 operating system in a 2025 reality. Except the patch notes require 2/3 of Congress and 3/4 of the states to agree on anything. We couldn't get that kind of consensus on pizza toppings. So why rewrite the Constitution? Well, because it's not the Ten Commandments, folks. The founders weren't prophets descending from Mount Vernon with stone tablets etched by the hand of God. They were political insurgents, Enlightenment nerds, and let's be honest, property-owning white guys simply winging it during a geopolitical identity crisis. They didn't think the Constitution was perfect. Hell, they argued about it in public. Franklin straight up said, "I agree to this Constitution with all its faults." That's like signing a lease while the landlord is actively setting fire to the bathroom. The founders knew this thing was a prototype, not a shrine. That's why they gave us Article 5, the update button, because they assumed future Americans might have some stuff to fix, little things like slavery, suffrage, and the definition of person. Now, fast forward to 2025, we've got billionaires live streaming from Mars, and our democracy is held together by duct tape and nostalgia. We're living in a digital, borderless, bioengineered, algorithmic surveillance state, and still governing like George Washington's about to ride in on a horse and solve it all with good posture. And that's where the myth of permanence bites us in the star-spangled ass. We've turned the Constitution into a political security blanket, something we clutch at night while the Republic quietly chokes on institutional gridlock. Congress can't pass a budget, the executive branch governs by press conference, and SCOTUS is basically the Death Star for progressive legislation, or regressive depending on your flavor of outrage. Let me break it down. You wouldn't trust a surgeon using 18th century medical textbooks. You wouldn't use a musket in modern warfare, and I say that as a Marine who once trained with gear that still had Vietnam-era dust in the creases. So why in the holy name of Madison are we running a global superpower on parchment logic and founding intent that didn't foresee artificial intelligence, TikTok psy-ops, or Category 6 hurricanes? And before you clutch your pearls and cry, "But we can just amend it." Really? We haven't passed a serious amendment since before disco was cool. The Constitution isn't broken because the founders were wrong. It's breaking because we are ignoring what they got right. That democracy is a living thing. It grows or it withers. We want to rewrite the Constitution to finish the job they started, to build the republic they hoped we'd be worthy of. We want to do it to restore what they set in motion: liberty, accountability, self-governance. We need a better operating system, not one designed by 18th century lawyers worried about monarchy, but by 21st century citizens trying to survive climate collapse, digital tyranny, and the slow death of public trust. We need to reboot the republic, preferably before the damn thing blue screens.